Alrighty, good evening, Arkansas. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Cameron back here once again. I'm here to give you guys your evening forecast update for today here. We got a lot to talk about for the middle part of the week. Windy, rainy, and much cooler temperatures heading our way as we get towards the middle and late part of this week. And also, we're going to talk about Halloween for a little bit as well here. But before we get into all that information for you guys, we're going to talk about something real quickly here. Um, Last night, this is going to be mainly addressing last night. We here in Arkansas Weather Watchers did forecast severe weather for last night here. Now, what ended up happening was we did have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, but there was a lot of things that did not come together last night. Um, you will hear this from me that it was a bust last night. Um, but that's not what I want to talk to you guys about. All right, there has been a influx of negative comments over the last 24 hours. Um, People laughing at live coverage, bashing other folks, bashing not only us here at Arkansas Weather Watchers, but National Weather Service, our good friend Paul. It's been out of hand over the last 24 hours here. Um, One thing I want to address to you guys, okay? Whenever you're forecasting severe weather, it's not for the average everyday person. It's not for someone to just go, hey, severe weather's going to happen, that's it, and set and done. Severe weather forecasting is identifying the threat, looking at your parameters, looking at what could go wrong or what you have in place, etc. Last night, in our favor was the moisture content. We didn't have a lot of moisture to work with. The dew points fell into the upper 50s, low 60s, and at that point, it saved us from seeing severe weather. And also, the wind energy here ended up going south of Arkansas, and the low that was supposed to be 100 miles south ended up going north. So that didn't provide the severe weather for us here in Arkansas. However, folks 100 miles to our north and east were not so lucky. Southeast Missouri, as you guys have heard all day, had several lone track tornadoes. Had a very, very long night last night. Several reports of damage. It was a very heartbreaking situation in Southeast Missouri, you guys. And it's not only just heartbreaking hearing that in Missouri, it's heartbreaking hearing that folks are actually getting upset and getting mad at the fact that we didn't have severe weather for us here in Arkansas. I don't think I've ever met anyone that would get upset about not having severe weather. Now, our job here at Arkansas Weather Watchers is to keep you guys informed, keep you guys aware, and keep you guys protected. And there's always that bust potential whenever you're forecasting. It's not limited to just severe weather. It's winter weather, tropical weather. Weather changes constantly. This is a little bit of a shout out to my good friend Anthony Cameron. He made a great point last night. One atmospheric change can completely shape how your forecast sets up. Everything going into the event last night looked good for the potential of seeing severe weather for us here in Arkansas. So we had every right to give you guys the information, what we were looking at, had everything set up to what we were thinking was going to set up. We would have had a very long night last night here in Arkansas. We got extremely lucky. So my point is, if you got negative comments, guys, keep them to yourself. Okay, we've heard them. We're frustrated. It's not only you guys. I know you guys are frustrated as well, but we're frustrated as forecasters because whenever you predict severe weather and it doesn't happen, then you're questioning your ability to forecast. You're questioning, okay, what happened? What did I not look at? What went wrong, etc. Give us some slack. Okay, it's very frustrating not only for you guys but it's for us forecasters as well. Okay, so what's going to happen moving forward? As you guys know, we brought in a new moderator on our page last night. Um, she is going to moderate our live streams going forward because of the fact that it's becoming an issue. All right, so just like I said before, if you have any negative comments, just keep them to yourself. There's no need for it or anything like that. Okay. Also, what's going to happen over the next couple of days is, as you guys know, Derek has been away dealing with family issues and personal emergencies over the last month or so. Derek will be returning for the rest of the week here to give you guys your updates, reading updates, etc. Here, I will be stepping away from the page for the next couple of days, unless something majorly changes in the forecast or severe weather happens or anything like that. Then I will be back. But with things as they're currently standing, I will be stepping away from the page for the next couple of days here. So, with that being said, I think I've gotten all that out. Let's talk about your forecast here. So, what we got at this point here, we don't have much going on radar here. Temperatures today, have you noticed, are a lot cooler here, and that's the result of a front boundary that came through last night. So, I'm going to go over severe weather here in a little bit here, but let me go back to this real quick here. So, this should be loading up fast here, but things I want to talk about is midweek, and I showed you guys this briefly over the last couple of days here. I know we've been kind of focused on these Sunday night and Mondays severe threat, but I did show you guys a couple of days ago that there was another storm system behind the one that came through last night that was going to bring heavy rainfall, wind, and also the potential of also potential of cooler temperatures trying to get a whiz here. So this is the current temperatures at this point here. So we got 56 right now in Fayetteville. We've got 60 degrees near Fort Smith, 68 in Little Rock. We've got 70 degrees in Arkadelphia, 75 in Texarkana at this point. We've got 59 in Jonesboro, 64 in Memphis, 63 in Helena, and also 72 down there in Greenville at this point here. So as I said before, guys, that's something that we're going to be monitoring over the next couple of days. And we'll zoom out and show you guys what we mean here. So let's go ahead and talk about satellite imagery real quick. And we're going to go over to our water vapor imagery. And our water vapor imagery is going to show what we're talking about here. So that'll be coming up shortly here. But there's your near net storm system out here in the west. And this is going to move towards our neck of the woods here as we get towards the next 24 to 48 hours here. And this is going to bring some good rainfall to us here in Arkansas with gusty winds as well. We're talking sustained winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Could be some higher gusts as well here as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday, and even in some cases into Friday here. So let's go ahead and talk about your system heavy rainfall outlook at this point. And with that being said here, let's go ahead and talk about that. And this is the risk that we're looking at here. The marginal risk goes from much of western Arkansas down into southern and southwestern Arkansas here as we get towards Wednesday here. Now, that being said, we are watching for potential flash flooding. We will have to wait and see because our ground is still relatively dry. So our flash flood guidance is still relatively high. So it's going to be very difficult to get flash flooding. However, if storms start stalling over the same area, that's where you can get the potential of seeing flash flooding as we get towards the Wednesday and Thursday time frame. Now, also the severe weather potential. Now, severe weather at this point looks very, very low here, and we're going to talk about that real quickly. So we're going to zoom down to our southern world counties here. So we're talking from Columbia County to Union County over to far southwestern Arkansas here. So there is a marginal risk for the potential of seeing severe weather. Now, this is going to be highly dependent on how far north the warm front gets. Guidance right now says that the warm front may try to make it into Arkansas. Now, experience-wise, whenever you're dealing with these warm front setups, they never make it as far north as what guidance is suggesting here. So right now, we do not have any severe weather highlights or anything for Arkansas at this point here because we're accounting for the warm front to stay south of Arkansas. However, if that changes, we will let you guys know here. Right now, the marginal risk is right along the Arkansas-Louisiana border. If guidance continues to trend in the way that it's been all day, then I would not be shocked that this marginal risk kind of snuck into the southern row of counties with the next couple of updates. But we'll watch it closely here. With this threat, will come for the potential of damaging winds, the potential of hail, and also the potential of isolated tornadoes because we're going to have a lot of wind energy to work with here. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's take a look at your FutureCast run here. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to get that banner off the screen here. So this is our FutureCast run at this point here. So this is the GFS, and I'm going to go ahead and take this over to our wind profiles at this point. Okay, so there we go. So there's the wind profiles at this point here. So we're talking right around the second here. I'm not sure why it went out that far. Let me go back here with our computer model guidance. So there Today's 25th. Let's talk the 27th. So this is right around 7 a.m. The 27th, which is this upcoming Wednesday here. So this is what I mean. So this is 7 a.m. by the way. All right. So you've got southerly to southeasterly winds. If you go with the GFS, it attempts to bring the warm front up into Arkansas. If that warm front makes it here to Arkansas, then Wednesday could potentially be for a day that we'll have to watch for severe weather. But right now, it is a wait and see. So let's take this out all the way to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. So this is 1 o'clock on Wednesday. So right now, you got it. Has temperatures well into the 70s here down here in southern Arkansas and 50s across north central Arkansas here. So we'll have to watch the situation closely. Right now, we're thinking that the severe threat will be limited down there into southern Arkansas. So let's take a look at dew points. Now, dew points is going to be, and this is what I mean right here. Okay, so once you start talking into the upper 50s, low 60 dew points here down here in southern Arkansas, that's where you have to watch out for the potential of seeing severe weather. Of course, your dew points are much greater down into Louisiana, into southeast Texas, etc. However, with all this wind energy that you're going to have in place, and you can see back out towards our west where you're seeing those purples and those pinks out here, that's representing winds coming in. This is sustained wind, by the way. This is not wind gust potential. This is actually sustained winds here. And actually, as a matter of fact, I can show you that real quickly here. So let's spread this out and let's show you guys what we're talking about here. So there you go. So this is sustained winds, all right? So about 5 to 10 miles per hour for much of the day on Wednesday, but winds will gradually start picking up later in Wednesday. Once this low passes Arkansas, winds are going to scream from the north-northwest at about 20 to 30 miles per hour sustained. Higher gusts could be possible here as we get towards that Thursday time frame. So right now, we will have to watch it closely here, but I would not be shocked, especially on that backside of that low, that we would have to watch out for isolated power outage potential here because of gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour here. But we'll watch it closely here, guys. Thank God it's maybe a little bit overdone with the wind, but this is going to be a rather strong storm system that's going to come our way here. So let's go ahead and show you guys that in 500 millibar velocity here. So this is your storm system here, pulling up all this moisture on Wednesday. So Wednesday, we're going to have to watch closely, all right? I think there will be a brief period of time where the warm front will make it into Arkansas, and we will have to watch out for some severe weather down in southern Arkansas. And then what's going to happen is this low is going to cut off the severe threat here in Arkansas, and then winds are going to shift from southeast to east down into west to northwest. It's like almost dealing with a inland tropical system with this. So that's what we got at this point here. Let's talk about wind gust potential here. So this is sustained winds. The wind bars that you're seeing are sustained winds on Wednesday. Let's go ahead and take this out all the way to Thursday, about 10 o'clock Thursday. All right, so this is on Thursday. All right, so the lows here across eastern Arkansas. This is sustained winds. All right, 15 upwards to 20 miles per hour. Higher gusts in this area. We're talking 40 to 45 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts possible across Arkansas as we get towards that Thursday time frame here. So this is what we got going. So this is on Thursday. Throughout the day on Thursday, be prepared for that. Wind gusts, 15, 25 miles per hour. Could be some higher sustained winds with that. Wind gusts, 35 to 45 miles per hour here as we get towards that Thursday time frame here. And I'm going to take this out all the way to Thursday night. And even then, what's going to happen is this low is going to bottom out in northeastern Arkansas and the Ohio Valley, and it's going to send those northerly to northwesterly winds as we get towards Thursday here. So wind gusts could easily be as high at this point here. As a matter of fact, I can show you wind gusts here. So those are wind gust profiles. 30 to 40 miles per hour could be some higher gusts in there at this point here. So that's something that we're going to watch very, very closely here. And also the rainfall potential. So let's talk about that real quickly here. This is what we're looking at in terms of the heavy rainfall potential. So right now, we've got at least about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall coming to us here in Arkansas. Very beneficial rainfall coming our way as we get towards the upcoming period here. So that's what we're watching real quickly here, guys. As I said before, severe weather, very, very limited. However, we're going to watch it very closely here. So this is your 7-day forecast here. So for northern Arkansas on Wednesday, I have gone windy on Wednesday. I think winds will start picking up throughout the evening hours on Wednesday. High temperatures in the 60s, falling into the 50s on Thursday as we're on the backside of the low. And with those strong northerly and northwesterly winds, that's what's going to keep those temperatures down on Thursday here. Overnight lows in the 40s. We warm up as we get towards the weekend, and then another fundamental moves through as we get towards Sunday. So 20% chance of rain by that point. High temperatures in the mid 60s, overnight lows in the 40s. By the time we get towards Halloween on Monday, look for high temperatures by that point in the upper 50s, low 60s down there, up there in northern Arkansas, and overnight lows back down into the 40s. So as a matter of fact, take that back. Halloween's on Sunday, and then the 1st of November is next Monday here. So cold front will be moving through on Sunday. And then by the time we get towards Monday, high temperatures will be much cooler here. But I think we still should be good to go for those trick-or-treaters here. I'm not expecting a whole lot of rain on Sunday here, but we'll watch it closely here. Same thing for central Arkansas here. So for tomorrow, high temperatures in the upper 60s, overnight lows in the low 40s. Wednesday and Thursday, windy, rainy, much cooler conditions here. High temperatures on Thursday, maybe a little bit overdone. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that. But high temperatures on Thursday into the upper 50s. Overnight lows in the 40s here. And then by the time we get towards that weekend, fundamentals should swing through on Sunday. High temperatures by that point in the low 70s, falling back into the low 60s, with overnight lows in the 40s by the time we get towards the Monday time frame here. So same thing for southern Arkansas here. Southern Arkansas right now, no severe weather highlights down there in southern Arkansas at this point, but we will watch that Wednesday time frame very closely here. High temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, overnight lows in the low 50s, and then by the time we get towards Thursday, with those winds screaming out of the northwest, high temperatures even in southern Arkansas struggling to get out of the 50s, overnight lows in the 40s, and then by the time we get towards the weekend, new phenomenology moves through on Halloween, high temperatures in the low 70s, overnight lows falling into the 40s, and then by the time we get towards next Monday, high temperatures in the low 60s, overnight lows in the 40s here. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here on your source for all things Arkansas weather.